Clarence hasn't proposed to Queen yet. That's been all over the internet lately because they just celebrated their 6-year anniversary, I think, or 7.
Let's get into it.
And he's in his 30s, I think. She's not yet because she's our age. But you know what? I will say I partially do think they're trolling us a little bit. They know what they're doing. They're making money from this. You think she's making those sad faces on the camera about getting flowers and expecting more? Like maybe you know what? I'm not gonna say everything is for the media. Maybe she is showing her true self and she is like hurt. I'm not gonna say it, but they did something recently where he gave her earrings and it was a box and then she opened it and she was like, and then she was sad. Like, you don't think they kind of conjured up that a little bit? I don't know. Like some stuff is definitely a little. They're leaning into this, and there's definitely maybe some big proposal coming, or he is messing with her and she is hurt and he's never gonna take her serious.
Yeah, my opinion on this is that anybody that's an entertainer, I view anything that they do as entertainment.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people can't separate. I know these people are entertainers, but they have their own personal lives.
Yeah.
But for me, I look to entertainers for entertainment, and I actually really don't give a fuck about what they do in their personal lives. So anything I see from them, I'm gonna view as entertainment.
Yeah, I don't take anything I see that seriously from any celebrity, any person that literally needs entertainment to make their living. Like these people need literally to eat.
Right, and so
like people need to realize that.
Because of that, entertainment relevance, that's all important. I'm not gonna jump out the window and say that certain things are entertainment versus real life because who am I? I don't know these people, so it's weird for me to even kind of pass judgment on certain things. But I'll tackle it from both perspectives. I think from an entertainment perspective, yeah, that's possible because this is the thing. Like, look at our situation, right? I always try to relate things to us as much as we can, right? We imagine I proposed and we never said anything about it, and then our wedding is set for 2 years from now, and then we just pop out and we get
at
married.
The wedding.
Or let's say that we feel like that's our own personal business, and maybe she's already engaged and they just didn't tell anybody else. Just in the same way people are pregnant and then they just pop out and
LMA just had the baby. I didn't even know until the nigga showed up at the Olympics.
Right.
The baby was literally at the Olympics. I was like, when did she have a baby?
Right. So it could also be that level too.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's from the entertainment perspective. You can leverage it to try to make money, or you can be an entertainer and you don't want anybody in your business, and that's just what it is, right? Like you see DDG strategy, and
he wants everybody in his business.
Everybody in the business, but cover the baby's face because
they're
making money. So that's their level of entertainment. So Queen and Clarence, theirs could be.
Let's keep trolling them about this whole.
Keep trolling them. We could already be married legally.
And she's a singer, so she's gonna make music about it. Like she was in the shade room singing the Destiny Child song, like a cover. So now she's getting attention. Maybe she's dropping an album. She's a singer, so now she might drop some relatable music, and people are like, "Queen, we love you. We support you."
And people don't care about YouTube shit really anymore either. So it's just kind of, it could be from that as well. Now, it could also be a personal thing. Like, yeah, maybe that is the situation. She wants to get married and that's not happening. And that's what it is. To tackle that part, though, I will say in my own experience is that throughout our relationship, we've been together. We've known each other for 9 years.
Almost 10.
We've known each other for 10 years. We've known each other for 10 years.
Yeah, because we've known of each other for 10 years. Oh,
dating
that's
for
crazy.
9 years.
Oh my God.
And from my perspective, it's not like I was harassed about it, but yeah, like as the man, you're responsible more often than not. Even though women can't propose, we don't gotta get into that, but you're looked at as the person that the whole engagement and marriage process is predicated on, and it's based on you getting the engagement ring, and you start this whole thing and this process. And when you've been dating for so long, it's always that question, when are you going to get married? When are you going to get engaged? When are you going to do that, right? Like we were in Antigua when I proposed. We had the waitress asking like, when y'all getting married?
Which is ironic.
All that kind of stuff. Like she asked that, the day before or something?
Yeah, and you probably were like...
I was so sick. I was like, she didn't do anything wrong, and this is a joke.
Yeah.
But I wanted to drop kick her so bad. It's like...
That's so ironic though.
But yeah, so it's like... Yeah, granted, we could have gotten engaged earlier. We could have been married already now. Because people will look at us being together for, 9 years till this point. Yeah. And be like, well, why didn't you do it earlier? You were 25, but where's the ring? Where's the ring? Where's the ring? Where's the ring? Where's the ring?
Well, you'll see why when we see that wedding in 2026. Why we waited. You'll see why. And when we go to Bora Bora, you'll see why.
Did we tell people that already?
Oh. Well, we're going to Bora Bora for our honeymoon.
Let's skip that. So there's a plan for everything, so that's the other part, right? Because yeah, people ask me the same thing, like what's taking so long? Like, are you gonna propose? Like, where's the ring? When y'all getting married? All those kind of same things. At the same way that people are asking them. And we're not rich or wealthy, but we have money.
Yeah, it could have happened. Like I get people's argument, like, but I feel like let people live their lives. It's the same thing with someone borrow things. Like, why do you care so much? Like, where's your ring? With your
Yeah,
wedding, with your husband, like you're putting timelines on me, and you ain't even got a prospect.
because that's the thing, right? By the time we get married versus like when my grandmother got married, and I granted times were significantly different,
Yeah,
there would be damn near a 10-year difference
no,
in our
literally,
ages.
and I understand that people have that traditional thing. Like, it's annoying, and I don't think some people have ill intention. I think some people do because they're trying to be funny. But like some people, they genuinely just want to know,
Yeah, no,
and they
people.
probably do like say, okay, you don't need to wait that long to commit to somebody. But I'm like, everybody has their own version of commitment. Like we literally shared a freaking lease together. Just 2021. Like a financial commitment is a big commitment. Like that was our form of commitment and security.
Right.
Everybody
And
has their own versions of that.
for me, there's a plan for everything. So like,
Yeah.
I can't have that mentality of like, I have my whole, I have at least right now some level of an idea of what I'm doing up until 2028 in different months. So I do like to know what I kind of have going on when it comes to maybe getting another job, certifications, this podcast or whatever it is, house ownership or just different aspects of my life. I like to know in general what I'm striving for
And we've
by a
been on the
certain
mark
time.
with pretty much everything that we've been striving for. We've
Right.
been on
Like
the mark,
even when it
on
came
the
to
money.
like having my hair braided down and like having box braids or something like that. Like when I started on my hair
In
growth journey in
2022, yeah.
2022 in November, I was like 2 years.
I remember I
Then
was like, damn, 2 years? And like, look, now we're literally at the 2 year
right.
mark, which is
So
crazy.
I look into the future for a lot of different things.
Yeah.
So I can't have that mentality and then not give someone else the grace of them potentially having that mentality, whether they have money or not, because money is money, and I know people don't want to hear that, but it's no matter how much money. First of all, we don't know how much money anybody has. I'm not in anybody's bank account. You can assume what people make based off of, oh, YouTube is paying them this and
Yeah.
her music is paying them
And
that. I don't know what
estimated
people
net
have.
worths
I
that
don't.
are not true. Remember, you always rant about this, how people take net worths to the grave. They think that's like the
Yeah,
real, they think that's like, they take it to heart. Like they think that's what it means something when that's just an estimate.
yeah, and that's based off of what the internet's able to
Yeah.
find.
Publicly
Like
available information.
nobody has access. Just because you're a celebrity and you have 1 million followers doesn't mean people have automatically access to your bank account
Yeah.
and they can
You
read
can't
this is
see
how
the
much
ins
money.
and outs. Like what?
Right, like it gets crazy. Like if I bought something right, the same way if I bought something right now on Amazon, you wouldn't know how my net worth decreased
Your net worth technically changes like
every.
every time you make a transaction.
Yeah,
Your net worth changes.
to people.
Like,
I don't know how much money they have, but regardless, money is
mm-hmm.
money. And people don't want to hear that. I don't care if you have $100 million. Money is money,
Mm-hmm.
and if anything, money becomes more of a factor the more you have it.
Yeah.
People will make more detrimental financial decisions if they have less money than if they actually had money. Like that is a major fact. That's why people that have money continue to have money because they're more careful because there's more at stake.
Mm-hmm.
But people that have less money will just go out and do whatever the fuck.
Then they're last.
So let's assume they do have money. That doesn't mean anything. You're still tying your finances with someone else and maybe, who knows, maybe her financial situation isn't great. Maybe his financial situation
And that's
is
the
great.
thing. People don't realize I think she wants marriage, but who knows? Maybe she's the one that's more apprehensive. I think, what we assume the breadwinner in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
What if she's the one that's kind of like making sure like this is the right decision? Like we don't know
Right.
that. Everybody wants to make the assumption that it's him.
Yeah. People, because men are the ones that are looked at to propose. So that's the other thing. Who knows if there's any financial situations or someone has to take care of a family member. Like there's a lot of different aspects to lives that people will always seem to push when it's them that's going through it, but they'll never seem to understand it when there's somebody of prominence that is going through it. People go through deaths in the family. They got to take care of family members. They have legal things that they go through. Like life exists even if you have 1 million followers, 2 million followers. It doesn't matter what subscribers you have. Life
Parasocial
happens.
pedestal type
It does.
of,
Stuff
yeah.
gets pushed back. I don't want to speak on. I won't say what this person is to me, but their situation was that they were supposed to have a wedding overseas, but then some family issues happened and it delayed their wedding. And so I mean, I just was given that information. But maybe to an outside perspective, it's like, well, when's the
where's
wedding?
the
Like, what's
wedding?
taking so long?
Oh, he must be some issues. Oh, maybe she found out he's cheating.
Yeah, the whole time there was some family issues going on. Not them, but extended family. Somebody sick, somebody whatever, somebody died, somebody needs financial help, and maybe it pushed things back. There's so many other factors to life that people only seem to understand when it's them going through it, right? Like people will have in their bio RIP, whatever the fuck, and then
That's
when
crazy.
they go into comments and a rapper got shot, then they're trolling and making jokes.
Yeah.
It's like people don't really like,
I don't know how they can't put this like
people can't connect the dots.
Yeah, they separate it for some weird reason.
So, and I know I'm ranting here, but basically, it could be a lot of different things.
Yeah.
And I think people should just not care in general about anybody's relationship, but there's a lot of different factors. And I think that the way that I'm breaking this down is kind of like a personification of how people should look at life. Like when situations happen, there's so many other different aspects of things and even minor details that could happen that could be impacting why this certain situation is.
People look at life literally too black and white. Like people, like I've said this even with the whole concept of like the Kamala thing. Like you see, like I mean, we haven't read our comments at all, but like there was one that we did see by accident where somebody was trying to say like that we must be getting paid from the same people that's paying what's her name? Candace Owens to like I guess be in support of a Trump campaign. I'm like, how dumb can you be that you don't have the intellectual capacity to realize that somebody could criticize a party because they want the best for themselves? Like just because we're criticizing Kamala does not have any indication on who we're voting for. Like two things could be true, and I just don't think a lot of people have intellectual capacity to realize how nuanced life is and how there's so many variables in life and there's so many different things. So you could be bashing Kamala to the grave, and I could still go in November and vote for her. Like two things could be true. Like I just think people don't think, and it's actually really scary. And to connect that to what you're saying is like, I don't think people have the depth or the capacity to understand how nuanced life is with people, and they see everything so black and white. So if they see, oh, he's not doing this, it has to be because of this. There's no like thinking deeper and thinking, okay, maybe there's other stuff happening. Like maybe there's other things I don't know anything for sure. Maybe this is what I can speculate. But life is it has so many variables that there's nothing that's so black and white in this life.
And also, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, who cares? It's not your life. It's not your man. It's not your marriage. It's not your relationship. It's not your vagina. It's like
that's the one thing I have to like kind of get an explanation on. Yeah. Because there's a lot of people that like are so invested in these things, and I actually truly can't understand why. Because my thing is, when I formulate an opinion, I literally every single time for me to formulate my opinion, I have to understand one side and I have to understand the other side, and then I'll take both perspectives and then I'll come to a decision. Maybe I think one side, yeah, maybe they are 100% right, or maybe it's 50-50 or 20-80 or whatever. Like I like to understand both sides before I make an argument, because how can you make an argument for something if you don't understand both perspectives?
Yeah.
But one thing I cannot get my mind around is why people are so invested in like entertainers' lives and reality TV and all these different things. I literally, for the life of me, cannot understand it. I like reality TV.
And so invested. Like it's one thing to watch these things and enjoy it and have commentary. Like commentary is fine, but the investment, like the next level, like investment, like veins popping out your head, you're so passionate defending a person that doesn't even know you. Like that's when it's scary. Like making whole social media pages dedicated to a person, but they're your profile picture, they're their name. You're making edits, like, and I get when it's young kids, because a lot of times like, things get a little conflated because there's kids on the internet, and I gotta remember that. Like, what was I doing when I was that age? I was doing weird shit like that too.
Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So like, but then there's definitely people our age who are literally sitting on TikTok making think pieces like, "Where's your husband? Oh, you don't have one because this is what you're doing in real life. You're invested in reality TV stars and making hate content about men. Like you're centering your life around men, even though you hate them. Ironic. So it's just like, I don't know, but those type of people really scare me. They could really scare me. But there's grown women too. That's what people. And it's like the younger Gen Z be calling them out too. To be like, aren't you old? Like your old ass needs to. It's like, why you care? Why like are you not embarrassed? They be asking like, and I love when the younger kids call them out. Like, are you not embarrassed?
Continue the ageism. Yeah. I think ageism is great in a lot of different aspects. If it's somebody doing something that that somebody their age should not be doing, then yes, let's continue to call it out. Let's not call people old just for the sake of calling people old.
Yeah.
But there is certain behavior that people of a certain age should not be doing on the internet, and I think the younger kids should continue to call that out.
Yeah.
But never for the life of me could I understand people's investment in giving a fucking what somebody else's relationship is.
Yeah.
And on the one hand is if you're not in a relationship and you're commenting on somebody else's relationship, then you don't have a say in anything. And if you're in a relationship and you're commenting on someone else's relationship, then you need to be focused on your own relationship.
What does your relationship look like?
So it's kind of like, in a nutshell, like
when we're speaking on these things, we're just giving our commentary. We're giving our opinion based off current events. We're not invested. We're not like slandering anybody. We're not going in. We're not like making this our livelihood. We're not.
Yeah, because that's
we're just giving commentary on the, and not even on their situation in particular, just on the subject of like long-term engagements, and we're just giving a whole kind of like general consensus instead of just being so invested in this particular couple and their situation.
Yeah.
And act like we know them, because we don't know them. That's why I'm giving grace in all aspects. We don't know this situation at all. And like you said, to your point, like that's actually a really good point. They could have been married this whole time. And now it'll be funny. To just pop out one day, be like, we've been married since like 2020. We've just been keeping it quiet.
But even if they're not, then who cares?
Yeah, you do not. Who cares? It's not my relationship. At the end of the day, like, it's not my life.
And I'm going to judge you 1,000 times more depending on what your current life situation is.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's so many things I want to say, but I can't say it on camera. I'm gonna have to, because if I say it, it's too specific. Not that this person would ever come across it, but I'll remember it and I'll tell you.
You could say it in a not so obvious way.
So I saw, how do I say it? There's somebody that has some level of particular investment in reality TV and was speaking about Love Island. And that person is in a pretty decent amount of credit card debt, and they max their cards out, and they got notice that their limit was going to be increased, and they were happy about that.
I don't know who you're talking about.
You're never. No, it's not. It's to me personal. Okay. Somebody I know personally that you wouldn't know, but. I don't know if you should be worried about the 20-year-olds spitting in each other's mouths if you're happy about
bigger fish to fry.
Yeah, about the credit increase.
Yeah.
And hopefully they never see it because they would 100% know who I'm talking about. Because I was like the only person there.
Then maybe you could bleep it out.
But yeah. So you should focus on that, right? Because then I don't want to hear anything you have to say. If like, don't throw a stone and hide your hand.
Yeah.
If I shit on somebody, it's because I'll shit on somebody and you can't shit on me back.
Yeah. Because that's just the biggest thing with this Clarence and Queen situation. Like, everybody in the comments, and that's why I love when people are like, where's your ring? Where's your husband? And then they like to deflect, like, oh, that's besides the point. That's besides the point. It's like, not really. Because you sound like the expert. But where is it? I will never wait more than 2 years. Okay, then come back and reply to me when you got that ring. It's always what you wouldn't do, what you would do. Like we just talked about earlier about the sense of control people feel like they have in their lives, and like they just know things are going to happen a certain way. Because I'm just not going to do that. You don't know until you're in a situation, and you don't know why people do certain things. Like this economy is in shambles. Marriage is not everybody's goal to do it by a certain age, by a certain time. Like people have their, and then people realize too, people have their intimate moments with their partners where they're having these conversations. It's like the same thing with all the miserable women that were mad at that man that proposed to that woman who won the gold medal. Do you not like? Where's the brain capacity, like I keep saying, where you could maybe comprehend that it's always about what would I do? What would I do? Like, first of all, you're never going to win a gold medal in your life. So it's not about what you would do. You'll never be in that situation, ever. And the pen that ring that the man got was like mad expensive. That will never be you. So it's not about like why you talking about what you would do. It won't be you. It won't. But second of all, where's the intellectual capacity, like I keep saying, to think, okay, maybe they had a conversation. Maybe this is what she wanted, because this is not me. It's me. Everybody's favorite word is narcissism, and they literally display it every day. They love the word narcissism, and they display literally the symptoms of narcissism every freaking day. Because it's me. This is what I wouldn't want that. Why is it? It's always me, right? But what about what she wanted? The woman who's actually in there, who this is probably the best day of her life, ever. Like we know somebody personally, my own line sister, who wanted to be proposed to on her graduation day or around her graduation day. That's all she talked about, like during school. like, yeah, I want to be proposed to in graduation. And what happened? She was proposed to in graduation. I'm sure somebody put the bug in his ears, or maybe even she told her himself. Like maybe it was a planned proposal. I don't know. So many people would have been mad. Oh, why would she propose to her on her graduation day? That's her day. But little known to them, that's what she wanted. That's all she talked about. That was her dream, and she had it. So how do we know that's not what she talked about?
And look at them now.
Like, what if she was like, "Oh my God, that would be so great if I would love for you to propose to me on a big day. Like, oh my God, if I get this." What if he was like, if you get that goal, I'm proposing right there. Like, what if he said that? We don't know what the conversation was. But a bitter woman who is single, who never probably gonna be married ever in their lives, based on the stats, are just mad.
Didn't some woman propose to her man during the Olympics?
Yeah, but I don't know if that was actually real or not. Like it might have been real though, and they were mad about that too.
Yeah, even if it was, like,
who cares?
Who gives a fuck?
Like, it's always about what I would do. You guys are not
cares?
these people. You'll never be these people. You'll never be in these situations. Like, get that through your little thick skulls. That's why you're home upset. Like, I don't understand the lack of, like, it's like delusional. It's like literally the lack of, like, reality for the people. And it's narcissistic. Like, their favorite word, and they display it every day. I would never. And these tweets are getting hundreds of thousands of likes. I'm like, are there this many deranged people out there? Like, what is going on? I would never have that happen to me if I was getting a goal. But you're not. And 130,000 people agree with you?
You're not even
athletic. All crazy.
Yeah, y'all not even athletic.
Yeah. You look in profile pictures. Never. People got 6 back rolls. Like, and you talking about
6?
I'm just saying. It's not gonna be you unless maybe in sumo wrestling, like in weightlifting. The heck?
6 back rolls.
Yeah.
Like 6 of those?
Yeah. Damn. Talking about
like that.
Yeah, like that. Yeah. Talking about some. I would never have them. Not the girl who made the tweet, but the people in the likes. I mean, you can't see likes anymore, but people in the comments retweeting. A lot of big backs.
Damn, 6.
A lot of big backs, and they're talking about what they wouldn't do. Get a man first. These hoes are in la la land. La la land.
Man and a gym membership.
And they will be there until they're going to be one of those 40, 50, 60, 70-year-old women that are still thinking with this mentality. And it's just, that's your problem, people. I'm just glad that's not my life. I'm glad. Every day I'm grateful. The incident makes me grateful to be me every day. So I got to say, it makes me grateful.
And now a word from our sponsor.
What's our sponsor?
For $10 a month, you can go to Crunch Fitness.
Crunch, no.
And get the body that you deserve.
I recommend LA.
For $47 a month.
47. We paid 47. It's
42.
I thought it was 28.
No, I'm getting like ripped. I'm getting like $42.
Oh, I'm thinking of retro.
For $40-something a month, you can go to LA Fitness.
Ooh, I gotta.
And unbig that back today.
No. Yeah. LA? Yeah. Oh, you go to Planet. Isn't Planet Fitness like cheap?
Planet Fitness, you can go. Honestly, you can go outside to a sidewalk and work out for free.